on the floor because I've just been to Morrison's. That on the bed behind me is a canopy, and I used to have it in here, but I pulled it down by accident, so I haven't got the thing to put it back up, so I don't know what to do with it. I don't know whether to. I think I might put it in the loft and use it for the garden. I've had it in the garden before. But yeah, I'm just clearing out a load of stuff that's on the floor. Clearing out or folding up clothes that are in here that I've just got shoved quickly in here over the week from washing and stuff, and just not been bothered to put them away this week. So I just thought I'd come and sort a few of my side bits out, and fellas and some thin stuff might be in there, just to check out what needs throwing or doesn't need throwing or. So I've got a not sure here, which I'll be looking at again. I'm just not looking at totally now. And as I've just been looking, it's funny because I've just found these pictures. I've had many hairstyles, and I'm going to talk about my hair in a minute, and the silvers that are coming through that you can clearly see. Maybe not that much in this lighting. See? It's coming. When I had Finn, he was a chubby chubber. I did have my hair cut off. A lot of you will have, well, been on video anyway, cut off really short, and I bleached it blonde. See how short it is? It's really, really, really short. Yeah. Chunka Monka. Oh, you can see how short it is there when it was dark as well, because if you haven't got the glare. I just found these pictures because I'm organising. He is a terror now. There's my mum when she used to colour her hair is pure white now. When Finn was born. Got Tyler, my eldest, on the floor. I don't think you can see him. He's lay on the floor with Finn. Another hairstyle when I had it longer, and I had sort of blonde highlights in it, if you can see it. Giggly chops on the park. But yeah, just finding them. I need to find an album to put them in. They're just in my drawer. But anyway, I've just been shopping to Morrison's actually, but before that, I do half a day on a Friday anyway, but I had more than enough because I've been to the dentist today, because in lockdown, I don't know if anyone had these problems in lockdown, I had a tooth here, a filling, that cracked off. So in all the time in lockdown, I've not been able to do anything about it, and they'd struck me off, which I think is a bit mean, because not a lot of people were doing anything, and I especially weren't going there at that time because they were asking you to do this, that and the other. They don't now, but they were at the time. So I had to go and get that sorted. It's not fully sorted yet. I've got to see what I think, because it costs a lot of money, and I'm private now. A lot of places going private. What a ball like that is. Because you know, when people go on about the NHS over here, hi Dubsy, the NHS over here, that's all a farce, because we pay for it anyway. Everyone says it's free. It's like, well, it's not, because we pay for it. That's what you pay your national insurance for. So anyway, I digest, what's the word? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I was there today, which was really funny, because they now put this thing in your mouth now instead of the injection that numbs you. Before you have work done, but I also had the injection as well, and she's like, count to 10 and look at me. And then she was like, oh, you did really well with the injection. I went, I just don't think about it. I mean, I've got a tattoo, you know what I mean? I just zoned out when I had that done. I was like, yeah, I was just believing, you know, I was just like, it's fine, it's not gonna, whatever. So I sort of zoned out and closed my eyes at the dentist, like I just thought, just go to sleep, because I didn't really have a good sleep last night. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else had problems, but like I said, I think I bit into a jubbly ice lolly in what that was, in lockdown, and where the filling was, it snapped off, came away, so they've had to do a little bit of work on it. It still needs work doing, but I've got to think about what I want to do now, because they're going on about root canal. I was like, oh god, a root canal and a crown. I was like, well, I'm like, yeah, it's not, you know, not what you're thinking about what's best which way to go around it, because there's a couple of ways. It's the price. So I was like, dentist's very expensive. I was like, Jesus. Anyway, that's why I'm off. So thinking about that. I'm only on the door. Do you need to come in? No, you can come in. I've moved it. It's fine. No, you can come in if you need something.
No, I was just come to say hi.
Oh, right. What, hi to me or YouTube?
Hi to you.
I've just seen you, Nugget.
Hey.
I've just seen you.
Well, I wish they hadn't now.
No, they haven't seen him. I've just seen you downstairs.
Alright, I'll leave you to it then.
Oh, when you scruffs, yeah. Why, do you need anything? No, alright. I told you. Probably thought I was talking to myself. Seeing my stuff down there. Did man never listen? I just said to him downstairs, because he works from home. I said to him, I'm upstairs. I'm bored doing this, so I'll just go and talk for a little bit. You know, I ain't got much to do anyway today, apart from cleaning stuff. So I was like, oh, I'm upstairs on YouTube. And then he comes in. You all right? I've just seen him downstairs and made him a brew. Of course not. He's in his scruffs anyway, so. Not that he doesn't have to be, but yeah. Which is funny because I had to buy these the other day. I don't know if for work or home. I had to buy. I've started treating myself to loungers or a few sort of, not pyjama bottoms. They look like it. I've got a pair on now. These pink ones that I wouldn't. Well, I would wear them in the street probably, but they're soft. You know, keeping them warm because it's getting really cold now. But I ordered these ones. They were pink. Just to sit around the house in when I get in. You know, with the prices in these times, but they're fleecy inside, so they're really comfortable and they're really warm. But I do overheat myself sometimes as well, so they're nice and cozy. I don't always get the tops because I get too hot. It's the bottoms. Hi Dolly. Oh bless, I love the blonde highlight photo of it. Yeah, that was way a bit before Finn. They were like caramel highlights. And funny, I'm going to talk about hair in a minute. If you can see, they had a fringe, obviously a little bit younger. And my mum was saying, why don't you have, well, I'll talk about that in a minute because I'm talking about my silvers. I don't even know what I was talking about now. I got distracted by him. I went to the dentist, then I went to Morrison's because I thought I need to get food shopping. I'll go and get it out of the way and then I can clean and then I don't have to think about going out again because it is very cold. So I've got this box because I've got to start putting little things in for Christmas, collecting bits and bobs, and Sophie can't see as well. So I've got a couple of selection boxes. If I leave them downstairs, my fella and Tyler will eat them, so I can't leave them downstairs. And we've got to collect a few of them because I've got a couple of friends with kids and we only get little bits. And also, my neighbours across the road who are churchgoers, good churchgoers, like I don't know how to say that, but they always bring presents to people in the street, like just little selection boxes off their children. They've got 3 children now, so I'll probably get them a little selection box each, though I think the youngest is a baby, so it'll probably just the 2 older ones. They're only toddlers, like, well, little kids, so I'll get them something because they're really, really kind like that. So we always get them something. They always like get a Christmas book or something like that and things at Easter. So we get Finn to go over and give them a little something. Hi Zal. And then I picked these up because my Finn loves Kinder Eggs. Who doesn't? Everyone used to love them. Yes, they don't look big on camera. They're actually big. They're massive. I've got one for Finn. One for me. One for my nephew who absolutely loves Kinder chocolate. And obviously because you get a present inside and it's animals or something. So that'll be good. It'd be even better if it was dinosaurs because my nephew's obsessed with dinosaurs. So I've got to hide them from the men in this house because they will go. Then, as I was just running around Morrison's getting some tea for the weekend and that, I just sort of saw this and thought, I think it was in the sale. It was a bit bashed up, but it was £12 or £13 or something. It's a pencil holder for Finn, but you can make little faces. It's a Lego thing because he's absolutely obsessed with Lego, and he's been going in his bedroom lately and just making robots, Iron Man, but making them the Lego he gets, taking them apart and rebuilding them the way he wants. And he's been doing Bumblebee and asking me which one is his favourite. So he gets all these little bits, and I think it's a banana pencil holder, so that can go on his desk in his bedroom. But you can change the, you know, you can make little faces and things. This reminds me of a programme that used to be on TV called, was it Jack and Harvey? Oh, no, not Jack. I can't remember anyway. I just picked that up as a sort of filler thing. I don't know. Started collecting things for Christmas. We've ordered a few things, but not really started. I'm always late at Christmas. Thank God I've not got a massive family, because it just gets expensive, doesn't it? But there's some things that I make, you know, I craft jewellery for family members and stuff like that, and then, you know, bits and bobs for others, and then obviously it's the kids, really. It's the kids. We're not really bothering that much with each other this year. We're getting presents, but we're just getting something to open, but we're not really going mad because we want things in the new year that we'd rather spend money on. And then we've got to think of getting my mum something good, but she's like, I don't want anything, I don't need anything. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get you something anyway, because she's good to me and my sister. And then I got this nail art thing. This was from Morrison's for me best friend's youngest daughter. We don't get anything for the older ones now because it gets expensive once they're older, you know, they're sort of, you know, they're older, so it's fine. But she's still young, she's a year above Finn, so I've got this little nail kit thing. Probably put chocolates with it anyway, fill it out a bit. But yeah, there was that, a couple of bits I picked up today, so I've got to start filling that up. And then I just treat myself to a pair of socks, not a pair of socks, but socks, because the sock monster has got all the socks in the house, and I really don't know where they are. And at least I know if they're flowery, they're not anybody else's, because I'm in a house full of men, so boys, you could say, men and boys, so I'm glad about that. Keep your feet warm. But I have got a washing basket that I found a load of socks in that are probably the ones missing from the other socks, of the missing socks, when you only wear like mismatched socks. Everyone wears mismatched socks because the sock monster gets everybody, and I'm thinking they're all in there. I think I'm just going to have to start washing my socks altogether with nothing else, because socks is the bane of my life in this house. Socks. Before I get talking about other things, I've been working on some of these lovely head warmers. Still got to do some more. This is mine actually, I wear this for work because it's cold. I've been working on bits of little kids jewellery. There's lots of bits and bobs I'm working on at the minute for the new year. Like I said, I want to launch a website around, I'm thinking my birthday February, but I think it's going to be more spring, which is a good time, because just making inventory up, really, that's what I've been spending my time doing. All these colours probably not coming out as bright here, but they're really cute. These are like, adults can wear these as chokers, teenagers can wear them as chokers, or younger children can wear them as necklaces, but they're very cute. Everything that I'm making will be going up on my website when I get that done. Words are probably all the wrong way around on camera. That one says Faith, but I've been messing around with them, and I'll be doing that after. This is what I'm getting tidied up so I can do some stuff. So I better start folding some stuff while I'm talking. And I did some of these today, little Christmas stars. But yeah, what was I going to say? So I think I put growing gracefully, because I don't want to say growing old gracefully, because we're all moving on in our years. But, you know, and I said I'm getting the silvers in, and I know you probably can't see on here properly, but mine is coming in round here. It's underneath here. People go, oh, there's not a lot. I'm going, trust me, it looks different in daylight. People's reactions to it is, oh, are you going to dye it? It's like, I did dye it a few months back, because I was like, meh. Well, quite a few months back when I did it like a purpley brown colour. And then I thought, no, I miss the silvers. And sometimes it can look a bit messy. When you put headbands on, it hides it a little bit anyway, mingles it in a little bit, because this stage is, I think, hardest stage when it starts coming in, and because my hair's so dark at the bottom. But I've seen women with it when it starts coming more down here in the dark underneath, and it looks stunning. So I'm hoping, I keep saying this, that I can just grow it out gracefully. Grow it out and grow gracefully. I'm not going to say old, because we're all still as young inside, and I just think it's about growing gracefully. Is, as people would say, growing old gracefully. Moving on in years to me means, again, growing within yourself, growing towards better things, and growing away from the things you don't want. And it's all self-development. So as you're growing in the years, you should be gaining knowledge for yourself, within yourself, gaining better attributes, gaining talents, gaining calmness, gaining self-awareness, so on and so on. That's how I see it anyway. And I see, what did I put in the title? Growing gracefully and God's grace. And God's grace as well, in a roundup way, to me, is just with that growing, you become a better person because you're aligned up to that energy. I'm expecting again, Dolly. Oh, we found out we're expecting another little girl due on the 1st of April, so my partner is going to be outnumbered with, at least you've got all the girls, I've got all the boys in the house. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, totally true. Well, Welsh babe, I'm going to be doing lots of kiddie things, so, you know, you have to come to my website when it's done. It's going to be aimed at girls anyway, so there might be a few things for boys, but it's mainly accessories for girls, so yes. Cute little things, but I'm getting all my inventory done first. It's going to be from toddlers upwards to teenagers too, but adults can wear them, women can wear them if they're into fun, light, bright, cute things. Handmade, a few wholesale bits and handmade. That's what I'm going to be doing, but I'm not putting anything out properly yet because I'm going to get it all done. My ideas all done, you know, logos and all sorts of different things, because I've been working on little characters and things to do with other stuff with it, you know, to do with the stuff that I do. That's great. I will definitely visit you. Yeah, and I'll put it out when it's done. What I'm doing is I'm doing inventory first, and then I'm going to look at building the website, doing that, because you have to put all your inventory in it anyway, so either way it doesn't matter, you've got to do one or the other, both together. So I'm working on that first, because I think that's what's going to take the most time. I'm only going to be doing a bog standard website to start off with, so I can get used to it, and then and it's going to be a bit based like what's there is there, and there might not always be the same stuff, because I get bored when it's too much of the same stuff. I don't mean the same stuff, I mean if I do a design, I may keep some of them designs in when I'm doing my handmade stuff, or I may change it up, so once they've gone, they've gone. There might be a similar one or a similar colour, but it may change up all the time, because that's what I'm like anyway. So it's sort of like what's the stories there. But yeah, so I put snippets out now and again, but I'm not sharing everything I'm doing. I'm keeping it a secret, and I'm just working on that over winter. And like I said, it should be around, I'd love it to be for my birthday, but I just think it's going to be spring, which I think is a good time anyway. Spring, you know, everything's growing again, resurrection, you know, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, if people are interested, you're gonna have to wait till after Christmas. I'll probably start talking about it a bit more, you know, because I've said people have seen my artwork, people have seen things, you know. I'll still be doing bags and things, and I'm just trying to hone in all my talents now and use it, because I know what to do now. I've messed around for a few years with this, that and the other, but that's what it's like when you do arts and craft, and you're trying to find what you really like doing. And some stuff I've tried and I'm like, oh, I don't know. So, you know, it's just trying to find the bits that you like doing the best, and that you know you're going to enjoy doing for a while. And like I said, you've got to love what you're doing anyway. If, you know, I've changed my mind on a lot of things, but that's how it is. Because in life, that's what happens. So yeah, I do want to grow out my silver. I'm going to try my best, even through the funny stages, because I see it as halo hair, white hair, halo hair, silver hair. I don't really want to be dyeing it because I hate the smell of hair dye. I don't like going to the hairdressers because it costs, and that's not saying people who go shouldn't go. You should spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on that makes you feel good. But I'm just having this curiosity about, I wonder what it'd look like. I mean, if in the end I grow it out and I don't like it, I can always colour it or do what I want with it because it's my hair. But I'm just curious about it. But like a lot of women out there, I also want to show it can be worn nicely. It doesn't have to make it look fuddy-duddy, or people say it look old, or all that depends on how your hairstyle is. Makeup, maybe hair accessories and stuff like that, that will make it look, you know, younger or whatever you want to say. So yeah. When is your birthday, Dolly? Didn't you say? Yeah, I'm a Pisces, the 20th of February. It's just come over from Aquarius. So yeah, I'm on the cusp. I'm on the cusp. I wonder, they say someone was a Pisces. Someone was a Pisces. So yeah, I think my little girl Angel is a Pisces too. The 17th, I can't believe you said 17th. 17th's everywhere. That's why I've had to call myself Janine 17, obviously with the thing that I follow anyway. But just people saying 17, and Finn was talking about 17 the other day, and then someone else said they needed 17 something or other, whatever it was. I was like, I love that number. 7 and 17. I'm trying to think, is that? Yeah. That's yours, that's not mine. But how's everybody in chat anyway? Yes, I'm a Pisces. Finn's a Pisces as well. We're both Pisces. And you can tell because we will never be told. We will never be told. Use of these pants, they're not mine. They're yours. And I haven't looked around Twitter this morning. I do love going on Twitter now. It's ace. I think I threw some Katie Hopkins videos out this morning because she's correct on what she's saying about this country, but it's happening in every country. You know why they're displacing people? They're doing it for a reason. As we know, trying to pull countries down, say patriots and nationalists, you know, not communists. Yeah, but I'm not too bothered about looking on there because it's all happening. It's fantastic. What is this? I'm like, what's this? Oh, it's a sparkly top I was looking at the other week at wearing when we were at this sort of charity do. It's quite nice actually. It's pretty. I might wear that at Christmas. I'm just trying to sort my stuff out. I said I washed it and then I sort of put it on the floor and I haven't picked it up. It's very naughty. So I'm like, I'll go and do it and get it out of the way. I might do the sock search later. Sock search. You see, my fellow and my son, I'm like, I don't know who's his what. Oh no, yeah, it's got to be his. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so like I said, I have talked about my grey hair before. Silver's coming through. And I used to love my nana's, and there was actually, where is it? There was, I did have, where's that gone? A box out before. Oh, just found my trumpet. I was wondering where that was. Put that on there. Oh yeah, it's here. And I was looking through my cupboard as well because I had a jewellery box that I got rid of some stuff and some bits in, but I was laughing because I found my ET earrings from when I was a little girl. I've only got one because I have to give one away to a little something. I had to give one away to my mum's friend whose son died of cancer and he really loved ET or something like that. I can't remember. And she said, could you give her one of your ETs? Which I was like, yeah. It's silver. They were proper silver. So I've only got one. But they were earrings. Just make it into a necklace. But can you see? ET. Because I was obsessed with ET. And then I won't wear this again one time, but it's my nana's silver pendant, which back in the day they used to have a lot of these. It's silver when you open it up. you know, the frames of my nana and granddad when they were younger. And my granddad's called Donald T, DT, not Donald Trump, Thompson. But he's called Donald, and Finn's middle name's Donald. Don. We used to call him Big Don. So, yeah, great name, may I add. And there's some sort of silver and, I don't know if it was tiger's eye or something, earrings my sister got me a while back because she said they were a bit like my eyes. Tiger eyes. So, yeah, there's a few bits that I found there. It's funny because my fella goes, what are you trying to make your hair grow, your hair grey? I said, trying to. I said, it's just doing its own thing. Doing its own thing, depending on where I part it in certain places. Can see. But all for the Silver Sisters, And that's a beautiful locket I've been meaning to get. I love lockets, but that one I've always loved, and I had to clean it up, so it came out really, really nice. It's got like flowers on and leaves. But it's special because it's my nana's. My mum would be like, yeah, chuck it out. I'm like, no, it was my nana's. I was very close with my nana, so I may have to start wearing this. Should I put it on? I've got two things on my chain today. I've got St. Christopher on, which, funny enough, my nana, I used to have a big, massive silver St. Christopher. I don't know what I did with it. And I used to wear it quite a few years back because it was my nana's. So in the end, I ended up getting a smaller version because I wanted a datey version of it. Which is on here, and then I've just got one of my crosses on today because I do have different jewellery with different symbols on, but they basically all mean the same. You know, I think it was this little silver diamante thing I've had for quite a few years. See, the cross means to me, when you put your arms out, vertical and, what do you call it, what's the other word? We're on a plane, and God's source comes down, and it meets in the middle to our heart, because that's where it all comes from, heart. You know, where the two planes meet, heart. But anyway, and that's a tiny little St. Christopher. Silver one. So they're all silver then, but I don't know. It's quite silver. I'll just leave it on for now anyway. Bling, bling. It might reflect a bit. So yeah, like I said, I'll enjoy my day off today when I've got all my cleaning out of the way. And I might do some, well, tomorrow I'm going to be giving myself my own bowls, chakra bowls. I've got a few in the bedroom now. I've got one over there. I've got, excuse the mess, one up there, I don't know if you can see it. And I've got my boxed one here. I'll be giving myself a dose of that over the weekend. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I can't fold these while I'm talking. I don't know why I said I'd come here talking when I'm obviously not. I'll finish this chat off and get on with it because I'll be quicker doing it. Yeah, so what I've basically come on for was to let you know, and I've got a few cards here in the bedroom, so I might just pull some wine here as well. And I've got my blue book that I absolutely love, the one where we just turn over and see what the page says, see what the universe wants us to think about. But on Sunday, I've done this before, but I didn't keep up with it, but I've just realised that I can do a link up to YouTube now on live, so I might start seeing if anyone wants to come across for a chat. I'm first going to start off with any people in chat who are wrenches, just because I know who you definitely are, and then people who've come and chat for a bit, if anyone ever wants to come over. I don't know if it will thingy with, I don't know, I'll just test it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And see if it works, and then we'll just see. And it just means I might be able to invite people on my channel now and again for little chats or whatever. And it could be to do with art, anything, whatever. But I think on Sundays, because I'm a bit busy at the minute doing this inventory stuff and just life and stuff, and watching the Great Show, you know, I'm not getting too caught up in it. Like I said, we're observing. It's not really for us. I'm thinking I'm going to try my best to come on every Sunday evening around 9 o'clock, because it gives people a chance from other countries to come in, and we could do some lives with people coming in maybe. But basically I'm going to be doing something on Sunday that I have tried before that I want to bring back, which I just think is just going to be good while we're going through the times we're going through. I'm not going to say what it is right now. I'm going to say come over on Sunday at 9 o'clock and come and see. And we'll just have to come and see what's going to be happening over there on a Sunday get together. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, so it's just to let you know now. So I think what I'll do now is I'm just going to pull some cards and see what they say. Current situations we're in. You can grow and change the current situation you're in as well, so let's see. Oh, and I've got some lovely rose water because I use this on my face. It's lovely and refreshing, smells really nice, like a cleanser. You can use it as a cleanser. So yeah, so you know, we're watching these silvers coming a bit. I don't think you can see them a lot on here. I don't know what you can see on your side. Like I said, this lighting's just, my phone's terrible anyway. I need to ring up tomorrow. I need to sort myself a new phone out. That's blue. Blue light. Light blue light. Yeah. So, see what the cards say. I'm still a bit snuffly. Oh, we've got one came out. We have got Apprentice. Just makes me think of Apprentice. When Trump was on Apprentice, you're all apprentices. Are you learning? Apprentice, and it says underneath, inspired learning is the call of the soul in pursuit of self-mastery, because that's what we're all doing. When I'm saying growing gracefully, this is what it's all about. Be courageous with your emerging talents. I was just talking about talents. You've got to be courageous with your talents. I know now, in the years I'm in now, what I'm good and what I'm not good at, and what I thrive best in, and the stuff I enjoy to do. Everybody's different, but we are all apprentices, and we're learning about ourselves more and more, and we're moving from our old selves, the bits we don't like. I don't say like about ourselves, but the bits we're moving from that don't help us grow anymore. You know, we're human, yeah. Humans, our special power is we feel and we have emotions. We're supposed to feel. It's just about learning how to react to those feelings, because they're just feelings. But we do have that here in the physical, is to feel. If we didn't feel, I wouldn't really say we were alive. You know, we came into the physical to feel these emotions and help us move us to something good through our emotions. Obviously, if you're feeling good emotions and happy, you know that you're going to stick to something that makes you feel like that. If there's something that's making you feel sad or angry, you know that there's something to work on to move you out of that. But it's good to be in that, because it will move you out of that, you know. I've learnt that more over the years of when I was in a more angryish stage, even with life, because I think it was a lot to do with, you know, you knew there was something not quite right in the world before you knew, but you already knew, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. And I've been in angry stages years ago where I just used to think, why do I feel so moody, and why do I feel so like angry when my life's okay? And I'm like, you know, but as things happened and I went into the awakening, I knew with what I was finding out why I was feeling certain emotions, certain anger, sometimes when I didn't know, certain irritations and frustrations. Now I know more about that. It's easy for me to not feel like that, or to pinpoint it and think, aha, that's what it's to do with. It's not to do with that, it's to do with that. And then you can work yourself away from it or let go of it or whatever it is. That's how I see it anyway. So it becomes easy and you start mastering your emotions, mastering self. You're not here to master anybody else. Like I said, there's people that try to poke the nose into other people's businesses to try and work people out. You're not here to work other people out. You're here to work yourself out and sort yourself out. Can't get you anywhere trying to sort, you know, like we say, we can help people heal, we can't do it for them. We can help people see the truth, but we can't do it for them. That's coming anyway. You tend to find that out as well. You can still plant seeds, but it's people's will to either, you know, do that or not. Then we got the wise speak, throat chakra. Your words are your vibrational, authentic communication opens a voice of clarity and wisdom. Of course it does. This is why I say be careful what you speak. I say this about people on YouTube. Be careful what you're speaking about as well, because it will come back and bite people on the ass. And it's a boomerang effect, which is great to see now with Trump, what he was saying and everything coming back round. Certain stuff going on out there. We've always said it was a domino effect, and the domino effect is happening around the world. If you look in China now, what they're doing, and had Venezuela, Brazil, everywhere's doing it. People are standing up and speaking out, and I will talk about speaking, because there is that saying I said about the meek will inherit the earth. Well, the meek won't inherit the earth if they don't speak up, but the meek will inherit the earth by the people who are speaking up, who are strong in voice, because it needs strong people. You wouldn't have a strong leader. You wouldn't have a weak leader, you'd have a strong leader. That's what Trump is. He's strong. He says it is. People get offended because they're too wet behind the ears these days, made to be wet behind the ears, to bow down and not question anything. The people who are speaking out are strong. It doesn't matter how people speak, how people come across. There are quieter people, there are louder people. That's got nothing to do with speaking truth or if someone's good or bad just because somebody's louder than somebody else. I've observed comments like that, and I think it's ridiculous. It's very childish to think that, because, you know, it's like Katie Hopkins. I didn't used to like Katie Hopkins until I found out what she was, you know. Well, she told us about the BBC and she sort of said things about that. That's why she had to say certain things. Yes, people say things sometimes that you think, oh, that's a bit harsh, but she says it's like it is. I love that woman because she's outspoken, and really you only get offended when you know it's true. So yeah, she does make me laugh, but she's speaking the truth. You know, a lot of people like people who are strong and they talk that way. Some people don't. They'll go to sort of quieter people or people who are like softly spoken. Good. I prefer people a bit bullshit, but like I said, everybody's different. You know, if you're bullshit, you might like bullshit people. You're not like Reverend Simon Sideways, who's come on here a few times now and again, and I used to go over to his channel. Yeah, he says things sometimes that you think, oh my god, but he's funny with it and he's bullshit. But basically, you know, he's talking truth on stuff. People don't like it, they don't like it. That's not, to me, that's nothing to do with who's telling the truth or who's real or blah, blah, blah. People go on and on and on and label everything. But the ones who are speaking up now are speaking up. And they're confident when they're speaking. Like I said, I'm confident with what I'm talking about. People have said, oh, it's ego. Get mixed up with confidence. Yeah. And you always need a little bit of that anyway. Because we weren't getting anywhere without people talking up. We're getting through stuff now, through people who are talking out, and that's what people are doing. Like I said, it's got nothing to do with how you do it. Doesn't, you know, oh, God loves someone who's really quiet compared to somebody who's loud. That's rubbish. I don't think so. I think God just loves the light, which is truth. So, you know, one of them. I'll get one more out of this deck as well. I just think it's funny how people just try to label everything and everybody, and everything's this and everything's that. If someone said that, it's the complete opposite, especially when they don't like somebody. It's like, oh, it's the complete opposite. The complete opposite. Oh. Got to have a laugh with stuff. Ooh. A few fell out. So we've got Sacred Self, which is, you are powerful. Live your life from a place of fulfillment and honour your perfect wholeness. Don't dim your light for anybody. Don't be somebody you're not just to please other people. That's like me going, oh, I'm going to be all like, talk a different way, or be like them people over there, or that group over there, or that community, because that's the way it should be seen, you know, if you're believing in certain things. No, just be you while you're doing it. Soul love. The soul is boundless in how it unites with love, cosmic encounters and connections, or a higher calling by stirring. Yeah. And then we've got falling awake. Falling awake. When a situation falls apart, your darkest hour becomes the dawn of an awakening, which it does, and that is basically what's going on right now. Within people has been going on a very long time, but the awakening that's happening out there, the great awakening, we know it's going to be the darkest time for a lot of people when they find out the truth, but within that darkest hour becomes the dawn of an awakening, because new things will come of that. We're getting rid of shitty, old, horrible stuff, you know, into the light. So it may seem like people's darkest hours, but it won't be in the end, because we get through it all, and we got through it, so they'll get through it. And then we've got the new vision, which obviously is what we all want, you know. A new vision. Your view of the world is changing. Look beyond the illusion to see the most spectacular views. And a lot of us do look beyond that. I look beyond that every day, and I feel it, and I see it, and I see the world that we're all, you know, even people on other sides and all this, that and other, we're all looking for that. We're all visualising that. And that's a consciousness that is changing, and it's changing because people see it, because they're believing in it, and they're seeing it, and they're feeling it on a daily basis, and they're coming to that knowing of what they see, and God, universe, whatever. That energy is changing. The consciousness is changing. It's a higher consciousness. It's not a lower consciousness. Therefore, this is happening. Anyway, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. Some people say, can't see God. No, but you can feel that energy around you. You can feel the presence. You can feel the omnipresence around you everywhere. It's in everything and everybody, everything, all the time. So they're really good cards. It was a really good message. And then we've got, I'll do the Light Seers Tarot. The Light Seers Tarot. See what energy's coming in this week, a few weeks, the next few weeks. I don't know if anyone else is coming. Abundance, joy. I see that as the golden age, family. You've got the Ten of Pentacles. It's like earthly. It can be to do with finances, money. Well, we are all going to be abundant in the end. We're going through these rough times. Finances seem a bit, you know, pulling in the purses because of the energy crisis. We all know there's free energy. We all know there's great things coming, and that's what you've got to hold on to, because we are going to have a better world for everyone, our children, because it is all about the children. Families reuniting, building upon all that good time, happy time, fun time, yellow joy time, because that's what the golden age is about, and that's what it's about, because that's what the dark side have tried to cut away since the 1950s, 40s, even before, whatever. They started breaking the family unit down. That's one of the biggest things that they've done through everything, is the family unit. So, you know, catching you now, gotta go. Work errands. Thank you, Coyote. And that is bang on, that card. They get us in so many different ways. And then we've got the world. The world's at our feet. The world's at our feet. It's the way you think about things. We are going to have our world back, and we're taking our world back. We're very powerful beings. Like I said, with the feelings that we have, these forces don't have feelings. The world is yours when you start going into that higher consciousness and doing the things you need to do to work towards things. And again, Nine of Pentacles, reaping what you sow, you know. It's like money on trees, finances. It's what you do now will reap in the future. So be careful what you're doing, what you're speaking, what you know, what you're putting together. But if you can put something together good now, it's going to come out in the future. And you're not going to need to worry. I put that up the other day. You reap what you sow. If you're not sowing anything, you're not going to reap anything. If you're not putting good things into things, you're not going to reap anything good. Doesn't matter if it takes time. As long as you're doing it, you know what your intentions are, or your prayers, or whatever. Same thing to me. And I'll just do quickly before I go, self-care cards, because we're all still doing that, and then the book, and then I'm going to have to go and get this done, and I'll never get it. I'll never get it done. Speed round. So like I said, if you want to come join me on Sunday, if anybody in chat is a wrench, if anyone wants to join me, we'll just see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll link up so I can get someone else in on live. So we've got ground yourself. A lot of this needs doing. Grounding yourself. No, we've not got to get too carried away with stuff. We've got to remember to ground ourselves. That's quite a human thing to do that as well. Don't forget you are human too. You're here, you're going to be here. You know, bringing that spiritual connection in and just balancing it up. Going too gaga goo goo. We've got 2 more. We've got Nourish Your Temple. Yes, Nourish Your Temple with good foods. You know, could be anything. Natural stuff. Water. Things that you put on your body, anything, but just nourishing yourself. Even nourishing yourself with the music that you listen to, anything, things that you watch. And they've got Watch a Good Movie, which is funny, because I just bought some popcorn before, because I thought later on tonight I just want to chill out. I don't tend to watch a film watching. I'm always crafting watching something, and I'm always like, yesterday when I came back, I was like, we'll just put this thing on, something like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Hippo or something. I know it's not called that, but, you know, whatever it's called. But it was subtitles, and I said I can't because I need to listen to something. I can't look up and read when I'm sat here making jewellery or whatever. So tonight, we've seen so many films, we just, especially in lockdown, we just don't know. There's not much. We've been through the new Wednesday. It's not Wednesday Addams, it's called Wednesday series. Went through that, just binge watched that. It's like, can't remember what we were watching last night. We were watching, oh, something with, oh, what's that guy called? There was a weirdo in it who was trying to kill the president. This is way back Kennedy. The Kennedy had already been shot. Clint Eastwood was in it, and I can't remember what it was called. It was quite good. So we're going to try and find a decent film tonight. A bit of popcorn, just chill, cuddle up. Because like I said, we've not got Finn, so we'll cuddle up on the couch. Bit of popcorn, bit of hot chocolate. I've got cacao, so I might have some cacaoes. I thought, oh, I don't want cacao. I said it's chocolate. Cacao. Yeah, and see. I'm going to try and not do crafting. I'm going to try and tell myself you're not allowed to do anything tonight. Just chill. Chill properly. I'll watch telly. We'll catch up later. Yeah, I'll be on Sunday, Coyote, about 9 o'clock. So, yeah. I've got a lot of stuff to do now till Sunday. Right, one more's come out. Dream journal. Journaling. Yeah, I've talked about journaling before. Write your dreams down, write your goals down, write any dreams that come in, because normally you forget. And they might come out that day or in the week where you think, oh, I get that, what that dream is, what that message is that you may have been dreaming about. I've had a few and I can't remember them. Right, I'm going to go now, but I'm just going to do the book before I go because I love getting messages through the book. So I don't know where that lid is. Where's that gone? That's gone somewhere. Oh, it's there. Then I'm going to go. I just fancied a chat. So, what I do with this blue book, and I just flick it, blue book. I'm just gonna go on this page. Oh, it's upside down, okay. 18, it says November. Girls will be your friends. They'll act like it anyway. But just remember, some come, some go. The ones that stay with you through everything, they're your true best friends. Don't let them go. And that was Marilyn Monroe, which is hilarious because I love Marilyn Monroe. And I was thinking about Marilyn Monroe today, and I was watching a video before of a woman doing her makeup like Marilyn Monroe. And that's really funny that that's just popped up because I love the 1950s look, and I was thinking, I might start doing that again because I used to do it a bit ago. I don't wear the red lip or anything because I don't like lipstick, but I do love Marilyn Monroe. And it says, girls can be really hard on each other. I experienced so much bullying and hatred from girls who teased me. I know what to look for in my girlfriends, and I know when to walk away too. When I'm down or having a rough day or need a shoulder to cry on, my truest friends have risen to the top. And that's what it is. You don't have to have hundreds of friends. You can normally just count them on one hand. My best friend's been my best friend since I was 16, and she still is, and she lives over the road. I've not seen her for a bit lately, to tell the truth, but I need to go and we need to get out together. We've just been busy with family and that. She's got 3 kids and stuff. But we've never had a falling out or anything. She's not into what I'm into. She's had things I haven't, but you know, we're still friends. Doesn't matter, we're still friends. But it is true about, you know, girls will be a friend, they'll act it like it anyway. You get a lot of girls, but you get a lot of girls out there, you could say when you're younger, they get jealous or they do things out of, you know, that sort of things. Girls can be really bitchy. That's why I quite like it at work. It's quite funny with the men. I think the men are quite funny and the banter and everything's quite funny. But all the girls at my place, not a lot of girls at my place, they are nice, but you do get that with a lot of women. Especially today in the way the world is, it's bonkers. But I'm going to do another one. There's not upside down, so let's go near the end of the book. And yeah, 17. Told you. 17. That's my magic number. And it means synchronicity for me. It's a message for me that I'm on the right track because I get 17 daily. Not just because it's a letter, you know, Q. It is 7 and 17 is my number. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Let's see what it says. Buddha. That's by Buddha. Not all got a reference of who said it. Anger and resentment are 2 of the most toxic emotions we feel, which they are. We talked about emotions before, and I see a lot of people getting very angry in the toxicity. There are always times when people infuriate us or hurt our feelings, but we don't confront it. Instead, just let go. These negative feelings grow wild within us. Before we know it, they have taken over us like vines crawling over every cell and organ in our body. We should never let someone else's problems bring us down in the first place. And I've said that a lot because I've had trolling on air before. When people try to do that, I don't know what they think they're trying to do. But that's when people do that, it's people's problems that they've got that they try to reflect on others, and it's just like, you know, don't take on other people's problems. People's problems are their problems that they've got to sort out. Don't let other people get you down. Go, when someone does something that upsets you, don't hold a grudge, confront them, and then do your best to put it behind you. Yeah, so that's a good one, number 17. I'm just going to do one more because I want to do 3. You know, you just got to get on with your life. If you're too bothered, you'd never do anything if you were too bothered about what other people's opinions were. 28, it says, I want to grow old without facelifts. Oh, that's hilarious, because what I was just talking about at the beginning, I wasn't saying grow old gracefully, you don't need to use the word old, growing gracefully. And it says, I want to grow old without facelifts. I want to have the courage to be loyal to the face I have made. Exactly. I love that. I'm going to read that out in a minute, because I saw a picture of Cameron Diaz the other day on something, and I was like, oh wow, don't know what sign she's on, not really interested in, just saying. And she had I was like, her face looks gorgeous, because she had a few lines. She had a few frown lines. I have frown lines because I'm always frowning. I was like, expressional face, but you could tell, well, on this picture anyway, that I saw, she looked very natural, you know, on how you would normally grow. But there was a character to her face of, it was just gracefully, where all these women who are having this, that and that done, not saying there's anything wrong with it, I just don't want to do that, I'm hopefully that I don't want to do that, is because they all look the same. But she just had this glow about her, because it was different, because everyone is sort of looking the same these days. She just looked different, but you could tell it was more natural. It just looked nice because it was giving character. Hi, Julie. So like I say, I'm not saying it's wrong for people to do that. I just don't, hopefully, don't do that. Like my mum's gone and had stuff done. I'm like, why? And also, of what I've heard and seen could be in certain fillers and things, I'm like, no. So I'm hoping I can do that, because I think it looks personally better. I personally think, but you know, people do things for their own whateverness. Anyway, it's not always easy to feel perfectly comfortable and proud of the skin we're living in, especially these days, because so many people have so much stuff done and this, that and the other. Women especially are looking to look perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect. It's about looking like yourself. Like I said, a lot of them are looking, especially these young ones, they're just all looking the same. We have days where our skin is bad, our hair isn't right, we feel fat, we can't find an outfit to make all work. Every single person feels this from time to time. It takes courage to love yourself just as you are. Goal. Discover how refreshing it is not to criticise yourself. Instead of criticising your body parts, remind yourself how blessed you are to have them, because it is how you speak to yourself as well. And that bit at the bottom is beautiful. There's people out there without limbs and stuff and this, that and the other, as we all know. So you should be more in the way of thinking of being blessed for what you have got. When I was at the dentist today, I saw an older guy, and I was sat there thinking, oh, I wonder why he's not got blah, blah, blah. He had a hand missing and he had a hook, you know, like, because I think he was older, so I think back years ago, they probably didn't have a lot of the hand things you have, and they're probably expensive. So he just had this hook, and in my head I was thinking, oh, I wonder how, like, if he's ever had a hand, I don't know what they're called, instead of a hook, or maybe he's just so used to the hook, he just has a hook and he's not bothered. I mean, if Finn was there, he probably would have been like, it's Captain Hook, because honestly, he had a proper hook. You know what kids are like. So in my head I was sort of giggling to myself, not at the guy, just at the fact that that's what Finn would be thinking. Which might be like, yes, it's Captain Hook, he's come from Neverland, he's looking for Peter Pan. Ah, Ray, my fella keeps saying he's Peter Pan. Anyway, you know what I mean, when you just think mad things. But I was thinking, oh, I wonder if he said, or he's just, I think it was a hook and there was like a little thing that moved, a thumb thing. But I thought, oh, he's doing quite well there. And he's probably used to it, so he probably doesn't see it as anything. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone in real life with a, you know. So yeah, that was interesting. But you've got to remind yourself of what you have got, not what you haven't got. But yeah, so I'm going to go now. Hi Julie. So I've got Julie Coyote, Welsh Babe. Congratulations to Welsh Babe for having another baby girl as well. Oh, I can't remember what you called your last one, so that'd be nice. That'll be nice. We've got Dobsy and anyone who may be watching in the background or watching later. Hopefully it should be on at 9 o'clock on Sunday. That's basically what I was going to say anyway. It took me all morning. 9 o'clock in the evening, so it's given a chance for other people to get on. And if anybody, I'm going to start off with, if anybody comes in under a wrench, my wrench people, if anyone wants to test out if they can get on the live thing, because I can invite people over. I just want to see if it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, just to test. So anybody may be in on Sunday. So yeah, so I'm going to go now and get this done. Just use an excuse not to do it. And I will see you soon, and have a great weekend. Bye.